All right, we're back, and today for this lesson we are going to be talking about the category chart organization tasks in the listening section. This is the only task type in the listening section as opposed to the different question types. Now, for this one, honestly, this is a very easy task. Or at least it should be, as long as you take good notes. Now, I've mentioned over and over again, throughout this section and also even in the reading section, that taking notes is a very important thing. Now, obviously, in the reading section, it's not nearly as important because you have the reading file to refer to in most cases. However, in this one, you listen to the entire audio file, and then you have the question types. So by the time you get to this category chart task, it will actually have been a few minutes since you actually listened to the audio file. So even though you will be able to answer some of the questions, you should be able to answer some of them just by memory because they're really not that difficult. It's basically asking about the main topics of whatever the subject was or whatever the main idea was in the listening file. So with some of them, you could probably choose the answer just by memory, but otherwise, for the rest of this, you really do need to refer to your notes. So this is one where taking good and effective notes is a very important thing. So as far as the skills needed, you obviously need to be able to focus, just like with the entire exam. You have to have the ability to effectively take notes, and I have made links to a note-taking course that you can take, which is not in the TOEFL Excellence System, but it's one that I think is a very good course, and you can use that to build your skills for note-taking. As always, you have to have the intermediate level of English and vocabulary skills, at least intermediate. That's necessary for the entire exam. You have to understand how information is related to different categories. Well, that's natural, just to be able to comprehend what you're supposed to do for the actual task type. And then the ability to categorize this information. So really, this is a good example of something sounding more complicated than it actually is, because all you have is a chart where you have two categories, and of course it might look a little bit different depending on the chart. And of course, these are charts that I built on, the TOEFL Excellence website. They will probably look different in the actual exam. And also on this one, it just says to choose which category or determine which category. In the exam, a lot of times you'll be able to drag the answer. Obviously, you can see that you can't drag it on the website here, but you drag the answer into the correct category, or there'll be some way where you can organize it into the different categories. So that's one thing that's different as far as the way things look, but the actual thing that you have to do is really quite simple. So the other thing with this, you have the two different categories. Now, you're not going to know what the categories are before you get to this task type. So when you're listening to the audio file, it might seem that you have to, this is another thing that you have to take notes for, but you don't have to listen for specific categories because in any listening file, and this is usually done with a lecture, I've never heard of this particular task referring to a conversation. It's almost always with a lecture. So you don't have to worry about, trying to figure out what the different categories are because the only way for them to determine or to come up with different categories is to use the main supporting details to the main idea. So you don't have to worry about trying to figure out what the categories are before you get to this question. Just take the notes as you normally would. Obviously, you have your main idea that's referring to the main idea question, and then you have your supporting details that go along with that main idea. There's usually two. Sometimes there are three, but it's usually two. And those supporting details will actually be the different categories that they use for this question type. Now, it is possible that with the information that they have in the audio file, like with the subject of the lecture, there might be some sort of other category that they use, but it's not going to be anything complex. And if it's not using the supporting details, it'll be something which is fairly clear. And in those situations, you could probably even use your memory. So here, this is just the example about Nikola Tesla and about Thomas Edison. And you have 5 different answer choices. There will almost always be 5. It could be a little bit, it could be less, it could be more, but it's almost always 5. They like to change things from year to year, and every once in a while they throw in some experimental questions. So it could be less, it could be a little bit more, but it's usually 5. So then based upon what the listening file was, you determine what answer choice fits into which category. And you have to use every single answer choice. You can't leave one without putting it into a category. Every single answer choice has to go into some category. So, of course, one will have more than the other. So this is another example where you might have 3 categories. Then you have your different answer choices. They have to, fit into one of these categories. All right. And that's basically it. There's nothing any more complicated than that. As I state here, it's not possible to drag the choices here. This is only an example. That's pretty much it. So when you're taking your notes from the listening file, just make sure that you write down that main idea and write down the supporting details. Make sure that you take notes in a way that you can effectively comprehend them when you're reading later. When I was in school, I wasn't a very good note taker, and I used to just write random things on the page not in any sort of organized way. And because of that, a lot of times if I went to refer to my notes later, I didn't understand them. So that's why I say that it's important to have a good strategy for note taking. Now, with this particular question type, there was not an official video, and that's actually explained a little bit more in the next lesson. So we'll cover that in the next lesson, but that's it for the category chart organization task. It is a very simple task as long as you take your notes effectively. So that's really the most important thing here. All right. So that's it. We will see you in the next lesson. So thanks for stopping by and have an excellent day.